Hey guys, JC Smith here. Well, it's a sad day, not an unexpected day. It's gonna happen, but the 500,000 mile Dodge has broke down. Didn't leave us stranded. We were able to nurse at home. We weren't very far away, but if you can see this here, right there, the serpentine belt is wrapped around the fan clutch. Now in itself, you think it's not really a big deal. It's probably just the belt come off. But the belt coming off is just the effect, not the cause. I'm assuming this water pump has probably let loose or locked up. Oh, maybe this is why. Watch here. You see that? Watch. Now, let's explain a few things about this truck. This truck was used by a company going long distances. That's how it got to 500,000. I got the service records on this truck. Incredible service records on this truck, and just incredible. Very detailed. Every light bulb, every belt, every service. They service the rear differential every 10,000 miles. Would flush and refill the fluid. And that's how you get real miles out of a truck. That's why it's got 500,000 miles on it. The water pump's been changed twice already. So before someone says, oh yeah, it's 500,000 miles, he knew it was going to go bad. Well, this one's only got 120 on it. My service record showed that was done at the Dodge dealer. So it's not that much. And the belt's good, was good, now the belt's no good. So we're going to get this thing out of here and get it changed. Now I've seen lots of guys, when they go to do this, they pull the whole front end of this truck apart. Well, one, I'm not taking that time, because I'd rather take the fan clutch out, which usually that's why they do it, so they don't have to mess with the fan clutch. I'd rather take the fan clutch and the fan shroud out and get it out of the way and make it a quick job. So I'll see how quick I can get this thing fixed. Many of you have seen this before, but if you haven't, this is what I use. Use it with your air hammer, and they got several different sizes to go on. This fan clutch is a normal right hand thread, so you know you're going to go counterclockwise to get it loose. And it's best if you leave the belt on when you're doing it, because it'll hold the pulley somewhat, and usually that's enough to shock it loose. So I'm going to go ahead and get this loose. If you want the part number on that Lyle kit, it's 43,300. Inexpensive, well worth it. A lot of guys use a long chisel and their hammer. If that's what you want to use, go ahead. Not for me. I don't like damaging stuff. I like it to be as original as possible with no damage. So now I'm going to get the fan clutch out. Before I start draining the antifreeze, I go underneath it, and there's a shroud that comes under with some push pins on the bottom of the fan shroud. It's like a hush panel balance. You got to pull them out and then come up here and take the electric fan clutch loose right here on the side of the shroud. Then you can take shroud and fan clutch out as one unit. You can see, maybe, yeah, you can't make it out, but I'll show you once we get that out there. Alright, so I got the fan shroud out. It's electric like I showed you, and it hooks in the fan shroud here where the connector is. So I just pulled that out and took the whole fan shroud out. The whole fan clutch, I mean. So there it is. You see the electrical connector going over there. Now it's easy. Get right to the water pump now. Looks like it may have had a mile or two left on it. You know, it amazes me is as many as these Cummins water pumps as I've seen go bad, I've never had one leak antifreeze or coolant on the ground. This one didn't lose anything. So someone's already changed the idler pulley. Feels good. That tensioner pulley, I'm going to have to take loose, get the belt out of there. It's all wound up in there. The alternator feels good. The fan hub bearing, nice and tight. Power steering, it's nice and tight. So looks like all we need to do is change out a water pump, put a belt on it. I'll probably look into hoses. I don't know if these are original or not, because I didn't look in the records for it, but now certainly would be the time to change those, I imagine. Seeing how I'm going to be waiting on parts anyways, because I'm going to order all my parts, save a few bucks, not really in a hurry, so that comes off real easy, just a few 10mm bolts. We'll get that out real quick now. Alright, so it's out. These are usually the easiest water pumps I've ever done, ever do. Get this belt out of here. Let's see what happened to the belt. That's where it got caught up in the fan clutch. So we'll just order a new belt. Tensioner's good. I want to make sure it didn't get anything weird going on there, but it's in good shape. And here's the water pump. It's in pretty rough shape. Well, I'll tell you, it's tough to do one-handed. Right. Bearings out of it for sure, so now water parts. Good clean antifreeze, look at that. Coolant is nice. After I do this, I always remember afterwards that I have that really cool snap-on evac and fill. I could have used vacuum and air pressure to suck all the coolant out instead of draining it, but that is what it is. So now we'll go ahead and get that ordered up, get the mating surface cleaned up where the water pump goes, and I guess we're going to go ahead and look this thing over, because I have a feeling the front end's got a little play in it. So we're going to grab a jack, look at the front ball joints, tie rods, all that kind of stuff real quick. I'm going to go ahead and order up a new filter, because I'm here. By their service records, it's not due, but since I'm already under the hood, we might as well just go ahead and do it. So we'll order that stuff up too. So let's get a look at the ball joints. So we're checking tie rods. Keep going. We're looking for any play like this. There's some play right there. Small amount. That's tight. That one's tight. So we got one tie rod that's got a little play in it. We're jacked up under the axle because we want to see if there's any play in there. So you have to lift that. The springs are on the axle. That way there's no weight on the spindle itself. So we got it jacked up. And we take a bar here, maybe not quite so close. Put it underneath the tire. And then we pry on the tire like so and see if we get any movement out of the ball joints. Hold that up. Put that in just a little bit more. Right there. Driveway creeper. Alright, go ahead. That's surprising. Those are tight. Holy moly. I really would have suspected that had play. Okay. Now I'll do it, and she'll watch. And see if I can get any movement out of it, and we'll do the other side. Alright, we're on the other side. Go ahead. Now you guys can see it through the camera. Now I'm going to look without the camera so I can look close. You see it? It's a slight amount of play in that. Not much at all. but nothing in the top at all. Yeah, there's about the same in the top. These have been replaced. They've got grease fittings on them. I didn't look at the, huh? I didn't look at the service records on ball joints, but I don't know if those are worth messing with yet. I don't think so. She's pushing awful hard, but we're gonna have alignment done. I might as well do them maybe, I don't know. We'll think about it. Alright, we gotta go because I got trucks getting delivered right now. Back on the Dodge here. Ordered up nice new Fleet Runner belt. Went ahead and got upper and lower radiator hoses. New water pump. See how long that lasts. It might outlast the truck, who knows. And then I ordered these because these are lift struts for the hood. Man, the hood struts are bad, and I got two vehicles that have bad hood struts, and that's just so aggravating. Get that on, and let's get this thing back. I gotta find some hose clamps too. I don't want to reuse them rusty. I really like constant tension hose clamps, those spring ones. I really like those, but the ones I have are in rough shape, so I'm gonna have to use regular worm, screw drive hose clamps on it. It'll be all right. It's controversial whether you need to do this or not when you put the fan clutch back on. I do, because it certainly isn't going to hurt anything to make sure it's tight. It sure would be bad if somehow it came loose. And now we're going to get out our handy dandy snap-on vacuum, coolant system vacuum and refill tool. Get this thing vacuumed down and suck in some coolant. Let's get at it. Once you get the vacuum down and it holds, you want to make sure it doesn't lose any vacuum, because if it does, you have a leak. You hook this hose on. It's got a little screen on the bottom. Put it back in your antifreeze, coolant, whatever. Make sure it's touching the bottom. This is where you come in, lady. Make sure that stays on the bottom. Open it up. Watch it go. It'll suck this in and put it in there without any air bubbles, any trapped air. And you'll watch the gauge drop as it sucks it in. It's not Kool-Aid. You see how quick it goes in. Just watch the gauge fall. It'll get down to 0. Just make sure that at no point does the screen come out of the fluid, because if it does, you'll just lose all your vacuum and you got to start over. You got to empty it and then vacuum it down, or do it the old-fashioned way. So we'll finish. We'll get this loaded up. All right, we're just letting it idle here. Let it get up to operating temperature and do this a couple times. Let's see where we're at here. Oh, we're getting there. Almost there. Then once it gets up to operating temperature, I'll shut it off, let it cool down, do it again, make sure no air bubbles in it, or as best as we can, but it should be fine. That wind is something worth noting. I don't know where I saw this at. Check this out. This is looks like it's the original top hose with 500,000 miles on it, but look how many times it's been sucked closed. The new one I put on has a spring inside it, the top and the bottom both, but it looks like this one was original too. 500,000 miles. Pretty good. That's a pretty good testament right there to whoever supplies those to Dodge. Pretty good quality. that's about it for this one for right now. I'm going to have to do something with that tie rod. I'm not sure if I'm going to do something or if I'm just going to take it to the alignment shop and let them do it, because it's only one, but I don't know. The truck's got 509 on it, so I don't know how deep I want to go in the front end of this thing, but I suppose I could always use the parts for something else. One thing I'd like to do is get a replacement bumper, or get this one blasted and repainted, because it's scratched up or stone chipped and rusted. But anyways, that's it for this one, guys. We're all done for now. We'll bring you along next time we do something else to it. So if you like what we're doing, give us that thumbs up. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. Leave your comments down below, and we'll catch you on the next one.